Well, like I told all of them, I'm not going to turn away any offer. If somebody makes you an offer, I'll present it to the family, and if they still feel that it's not what they're looking for, then we'll go on. But so far, what they're telling me, their expectations is the 25 apiece, so 150 selling price.
Gotcha. I hear you. Well, yeah. To be fair, I just don't think that that's something that I can do. So I don't want to give you false hope or false expectations. If you can get an offer for that 150, or if you guys can find a buyer for that price, I mean, I'd say absolutely. Absolutely, that's something that you should pursue. But I just wouldn't be the guy for that if I'm being honest.
Okay, well, I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, it sounds like you guys have a few things to kind of discuss. I mean, have you guys had offers on the property? I mean, have you guys had any
We've
offers that?
had verbal offers around 110 in
Mm-hmm.
that range there. That
Okay,
have
110
been
and you
been
didn't
lowered.
110 and you didn't jump at that?
No, we didn't jump at that. It was somewhere in that range. I can't recall the exact number because it wasn't made to me. It was made to the sister
Mm-hmm.
in Prescott, and she turned it down. So it was somewhere around 100, 110, something in that neighborhood. And she said no, that she's not interested at that price. So yeah, like I say, if somebody gives me a number and says I'm willing to go this, I'd be more than happy to present it to the family and see if they are willing to adjust their expectations or if they want to stick it out and wait to get the value that they're looking for.
I gotcha. Well, yeah, gotta be honest and say I think that 110 is like a good cash offer for you guys. If you guys didn't jump at that, then I mean, I gotta be honest. I wouldn't be willing to come any higher than that.
Mm.
So if you if you guys didn't jump at that, then I mean, I don't know. You tell me, would it even make sense for us to continue talking, or?
Well, that's up to you. If you're interested in property, if you see things going up in value and you're willing to advance an offer higher than that, then stay in touch. Let me know.
I hear you.
Again, I'll know more when I sit down and talk with a realtor who's aware of what's going on in the market and has better insight than I do. So that may be an education that'll change my expectations, but until I have that, I'm going to stick with what I've got.
I got you, and I totally understand that. Well, yeah, obviously, I want to see you guys walk away with what's best for you. I mean, you guys got six people to think about here, and I mean, it affects all of you guys. So, when do you think you'll be having that conversation with the realtor?
Well, I talked with Willie 3 days ago.
Okay.
And I got an email from her this morning. I'm involved with a friend of mine in California. I represent some rental properties he has out here in the Haver Valley that he's
Mm-hmm.
now decided he's going to sell. So we're trying to get through the last of the legal requirements so that we can get them put on the market.
Right.
So her and I are talking about that. In the meantime, that's when I asked her if she could put me in touch with one of her commercial associates, and I'm still waiting for her to get back with me on that.
Gotcha. So probably within the next couple of weeks or so.
Well, I would say within the next week, I'll probably hear from somebody and, probably make an appointment to sit down with them in their office or in a restaurant or somewhere and discuss I gave her enough information she could turn it over to her associate to then do the research and, form some educated opinions so we could have a talk.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, yeah, it sounds like you got a good game plan in place. It sounds like you're going to sell this property either way it goes. I mean, would you mind if I shared some friendly advice with you?
Sure.
Okay. Typically, when somebody's going to sell their property and they're looking for a cash offer, I usually recommend just three things that a seller should know. You might already know some of these things, but I just always want to make sure. The first thing I always tell people to look for is, did you have a pen and pad handy by chance?
Pardon me?
Did you have a pen and pad handy by chance?
Yeah, I can. If you give me a minute, I can get one.
I got you. There's three simple things.
Hang on. Hang on. I'll put you on speakerphone here
Okay.
so I can have my hands free. So yeah,
Awesome.
go ahead.
Perfect. Well, yeah, the first thing, I'm sure you've dealt with earnest money in the past, I mean, are you familiar with the term earnest money?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So you always want to make sure that the other party's serious, and you always want to make sure that they put earnest money down.
Okay.
The second thing I always tell people to look for is proof of funds. There are a lot of people who will tell you that they have the funds to buy your property, but in all reality they just don't. So I
Right.
always tell people to check for proof of funds. And the third thing, I always tell people to get the inspection period removed, because a lot of times, you know, like I mentioned before, there's people who say they have the funds to complete the transaction, but really they'll have like an inspection period clause in the contract. And what that is usually used as like a buffer period for them to go find somebody who actually does have the money to fund the transaction. So
Right.
if it was somebody like me, or how I typically go out and buy property is when I meet with a seller, I'm planning to buy that property the day of, like make a decision right then and there. A lot of people don't do that because they don't actually have the funds.
Right.
Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, and what you're describing is pretty much the opinion I've had of the people that I've talked to so far. That
Mm-hmm.
vast majority of them. I mean, I've talked to a lot of people, but
Mm-hmm.
they ask some things like, "Will the owners carry?" So it proves that they don't have any funds to buy it with, and
Mm-hmm.
they're talking in terms that they're clearly they're not looking to own the property; they're looking to flip it. So they want to get you to tie up property in a deal with them
Mm-hmm.
so that nobody else can buy it. Well, they're just out marketing the property
Exactly.
themselves, looking for a profit.
Right. Exactly. So I would always check for at least those three things. I mean, if you at least have those three things in place, you should be dealing with somebody pretty solid. Um, but yeah, I mean, how would it affect you if, or all six of you guys, if somebody said they had the funds and then, a week before closing or a couple days before closing, they back out and you guys think you have the property sold, your sisters all moved out, and nothing, the transaction is not actually going to happen. How would that affect you guys?
Right. And that would be a scenario that I would really like to avoid. So I appreciate the advice.
Absolutely. Well, no worries, Mike. I know you're just kind of chilling and relaxing today, and I just wanted to kind of better understand your situation. But did you have any questions or anything like that for me?
No, not really. Other than just keep in touch, and we'll let you know if anything changes. But I appreciate your interest and your advice. So thank you.
Absolutely. When would you suggest I follow up with you in like a week or so, just to kind of check in, make
Yeah,
sure things are going
give
well?
it a couple weeks. give it a couple weeks for me to talk to a realtor and see what kind of words I get from them, and then there'll probably be an opportunity then to either adjust or confirm our expectations.
Okay. Sounds like a deal, man. But yeah, you take care and enjoy the rest of your day, brother.
You do the very same. Thanks for the call.
Uh-huh. Bye.